Did you know that nearly 70% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck? Even more shocking, 40% of people don't have enough money saved for a $400 emergency. Yet, there are countless stories of people who built wealth not by earning more, but by spending less. How? Through simple frugal habits that anyone can start today. Frugal living isn't about being cheap or cutting out everything fun. It's about making smart, intentional choices with your money. These habits add up in a big way, and they don't require a drastic lifestyle change. In this video, I'm going to share 6 powerful frugal habits that helped me become financially free. You'll learn how small, everyday actions can lead to major savings, how to shop like a pro, and how to eat like royalty without overspending. Stick around for tips that could change your financial future. Chapter 1. The Power of Small Wins. How tiny savings add up. Frugal living isn't just about big sacrifices, it's about small, consistent habits that build over time. Research shows that small savings, when invested wisely, can grow into something big. According to a study by the National Bureau of Economic Research, people who save a little bit every day are more likely to have a solid financial foundation in the long run. For example, skipping your daily $5 coffee might seem trivial, but over a year, that's $1,825 you could invest instead. The key here is consistency. You don't have to overhaul your entire lifestyle overnight. Start by cutting out unnecessary spending. Think about things like unused subscriptions or eating out frequently. Imagine if you invested that same $1,825 at a modest 6% annual return. In 10 years, it would grow to about $3,300. That's the power of compound interest at work. You may not notice it day to day, but those small changes lead to a much bigger financial picture. It's like filling a jar with pennies, one at a time. Over time, it'll overflow. Small wins also give you confidence in your ability to control your finances. You start to see every dollar as an opportunity to build something greater. And don't forget, this method is scalable. If you can save $5 today, you can easily save $50 or $500 tomorrow. The principle remains the same: the earlier you start, the more you benefit. One thing I love about this approach is that it doesn't feel like a sacrifice. You're not depriving yourself, you're just being strategic. As author and financial expert David Bach says in The Automatic Millionaire, the most important thing is to start. Once you start, you'll find that your habits and mindset shift naturally. Chapter 2. Outsmarting Retail. The art of the smart buy. We've all fallen for a great sale, right? But the key to frugal living isn't always waiting for discounts, it's knowing when to buy. Retailers know how to manipulate us into thinking we're getting a bargain, but there's a smarter way to shop. First, learn to recognize end-of-season sales. Studies show that items in the final stages of their seasonal life can be bought for 50–75% off. In fact, the best deals happen just after a season ends, when stores clear out old stock. Thrift stores and consignment shops are another hidden goldmine. According to ThredUp's 2023 resale report, the second-hand market has grown by 59% in the last 5 years. It's proof that buying used is not only affordable but also sustainable. It's about thinking outside the box and getting creative. Sometimes, a little TLC can transform a gently used item into something that looks brand new. Plus, it's a more eco-friendly approach to shopping, which adds to the satisfaction. The online marketplace has also revolutionized how we shop. Apps like Poshmark, Depop, and Facebook Marketplace allow you to score high-end brands for a fraction of their retail price. And don't forget about price comparison tools like Honey or Camel for online shopping. These can help you track when prices dip. Learning how to negotiate can also be a game changer. In many cultures, haggling is expected, and there's no reason why you can't use this tactic in your own life. Whether it's buying a car or negotiating your rent, a little courage goes a long way. In fact, the average person saves about 10–20% when they negotiate big purchases. The best part? The more you practice, the more natural it becomes to spot a deal. As the famous entrepreneur Warren Buffett once said, "Price is what you pay. Value is what you get." Remember, the ultimate goal isn't to buy less, it's to buy smarter. Chapter 3. Frugal and Fabulous. Living stylish without breaking the bank. Frugality doesn't mean you have to sacrifice style or quality. You can live beautifully while sticking to a budget, and I'm going to show you how. It starts with the mindset that quality doesn't always mean expensive. Look for timeless pieces, clothing or home decor, that are versatile, and you'll be surprised by how little you need to feel luxurious. The trick is focusing on quality over quantity. As Coco Chanel once said, luxury must be comfortable, otherwise it is not luxury. For fashion, embrace secondhand shopping, and not just for everyday items. Even high-end brands can be found at thrifty prices. A report by the resale platform, The RealReal, states that luxury resale is now a $24 billion market and growing. Sites like ThredUp or The RealReal offer pre-loved designer pieces at a fraction of the cost. If you're willing to invest in something special, try high-quality used items that will last you years, not months. Another fabulous way to cut costs is through DIY projects. Instead of buying expensive home decor, why not make it yourself? Pinterest and YouTube are full of tutorials that show how to create beautiful home accessories from thrifted finds or cheap materials. For example, repurposing old wooden crates into shelves can create a trendy, rustic look without spending a fortune. The key is understanding the difference between cheap and affordable luxury. Cheap items are often low in quality, which means you'll have to replace them constantly. Affordable luxury, on the other hand, might cost a bit more upfront, but it'll pay off in the long run because of its durability and style. Think of it as an investment. When it comes to keeping your wardrobe fresh, remember that you don't need to buy new clothes every season. Swap clothes with friends or join a clothing swap event. It's a fun and sustainable way to refresh your look without ever stepping foot in a store. Plus, it can help you cultivate a unique style that no one else has. If you found these tips helpful, make sure to subscribe. You won't want to miss the next chapter on how to break free from debt and save more money. Chapter 4. Financial Freedom from the Inside Out. Redefining wealth. When most people think about wealth, they picture piles of money or luxury cars. But true financial freedom is more about peace of mind and having the power to make choices without worrying about money. That's why redefining wealth is crucial. According to The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel, wealth isn't just what you own, it's what you can do without being tied to financial stress. And living frugally can give you exactly that. Frugality isn't about being cheap, it's about controlling your expenses so that you can free up more money to invest in your future. When you don't need to constantly keep up with the Joneses, you start focusing on what truly matters: your goals, your health, and your happiness. A big part of this strategy is living below your means. The less you spend, the less you need to work to maintain your lifestyle. And as your savings grow, you gain the freedom to make decisions based on your values, not your paycheck. One effective way to achieve this is through intentional budgeting. The 50-30-20 rule is a simple framework. Allocate 50% of your income to necessities, 30% to lifestyle, and 20% to savings or debt repayment. This method has helped millions of people find financial balance. It's easy to follow, and it ensures that you're always paying yourself first by saving and investing before spending on non-essentials. Another essential strategy is reducing your liabilities. A major part of becoming financially free is cutting down on debt. Studies show that nearly 80% of American households carry some form of debt, with credit card debt being one of the highest. Paying off high-interest debt quickly is a game-changer. As Dave Ramsey says, the paid-off home mortgage has taken the place of the BMW as the status symbol of choice. Reducing debt doesn't just give you more money to save, it also reduces stress. Lastly, consider investing in things that give you personal freedom, like health or knowledge. True wealth comes from owning your time and your choices. Financial freedom is a mindset, and frugality is one of the tools that help you get there. Chapter 5. The No New Rule. Why buying nothing is sometimes the best investment. One of the most powerful ways to build wealth is to avoid unnecessary purchases. This is where the No New Rule comes in. Commit to not buying anything new for a set period. It sounds radical, but it's a strategy that forces you to rethink your habits and rely on what you already have. The results can be astonishing. In fact, a study from the Journal of Consumer Research found that people tend to feel more satisfied with things they own for a longer period, compared to new purchases that quickly lose their novelty. The No New Rule works on a psychological level as well. It challenges you to become more resourceful and creative. Instead of running to the store every time you need something, you start finding alternatives. You might repurpose old furniture, borrow from friends, or upcycle clothes. The practice encourages a shift from consumption to innovation. This strategy isn't just about saving money, it's also about building a more sustainable lifestyle. The environmental impact of consumption is staggering, and by reducing your personal consumption, you contribute to a better world. The minimalists, Joshua Fields Milburn and Ryan Nicodemus, talk extensively about how owning less leads to a fuller life. You'll find that less clutter and fewer things to maintain bring a sense of peace and satisfaction. But perhaps the most rewarding aspect of the no new rule is the money you save. Imagine how much you could accumulate in a year if you didn't buy new clothes, gadgets, or household items. The average person spends around $1,200 annually on non-essential purchases. If you invested that money instead, you'd have a solid investment portfolio by the end of the year. Chapter 6. Frugal Feasts. Eating like a king without the price tag. Eating well doesn't have to cost a fortune. In fact, one of the most overlooked ways to save money is through meal planning and cooking at home. The average American family spends over $3,000 a year on dining out, but that money can be better spent. According to the USDA, a family can save as much as 60% by preparing meals at home instead of eating out. And you don't need to sacrifice taste or quality to do it. The key to frugal feasts is planning. By meal prepping in advance, you can buy ingredients in bulk and avoid expensive impulse buys. Think about purchasing staples like rice, pasta, or beans in large quantities. Not only will this save you money, but it also reduces food waste. In fact, 40% of food in the United States goes uneaten, leading to wasted money and resources. Additionally, learning to cook simple, flavorful meals from scratch can save you a lot of cash. For example, making your own pizza dough or pasta sauce can cost a fraction of what it would to buy pre-made versions. Simple recipes like stir-fries, soups, and casseroles are nutritious and easy to make in large batches. You can even freeze leftovers for future meals. But what about quality? Eating frugally doesn't mean you have to eat junk food. By shopping seasonally and locally, you can enjoy fresh, high-quality ingredients at a lower cost. Farmers markets are a great place to buy fresh produce, and many times, you can find amazing deals toward the end of the market day. Finally, embrace leftovers. They are your best friend when it comes to frugal living. They are quick, easy, and can be transformed into a new meal. In fact, according to a report by the National Resources Defense Council, Americans waste $218 billion worth of food each year. By getting creative with leftovers, you not only save money but also contribute to a more sustainable world. If you found these strategies helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and here's to your frugal, rich future.